James Morgado. I'm the Vice President of Finance and Operations with the Stevens Group. We're the largest advertising agency in San Jose and one of the largest advertising agencies in the Bay Area. My current rank with Flaherty's Kenpo Karate is Green Belt. I've been studying with Mr. Flaherty for approximately a year and a half. Prior to that, I had studied briefly at another school in the Bay Area. Martial arts for varying reasons. There's reasons for people to get in shape, their self-esteem, their self-defense. When I look back and think of the reasons that I started studying martial arts, mine really span all of those. As a child, I was really intrigued by martial arts, and whenever on TV a martial arts movie or show came on, I ran to the TV and was glued to it until the end. And I always wanted to study as a child. I was just never really given the opportunity for cost reasons, for time reasons. And then as an adult, I finally decided to really move forward and start studying martial arts. And when I did that, as with anything I do, I really did a lot of research on martial arts themselves and looked at the varying styles that exist, from Kenpo to Taekwondo to Jiu-Jitsu. And really through that, my first thing was to decide on the art that I wanted to study, which I chose Kenpo because I feel that it's well-rounded. It has its roots in the history of martial arts, yet it's practical in today's day and age. So from there, once I had chosen Kenpo, I really wanted to start looking at schools that embodied the ability to study the history of the art, as well as learn how practical the art itself is and can be used to defend yourself. I looked at many schools in the Bay Area, anywhere from 12 to 15 during my first 3 months. And about 2.5 years ago, I decided on one school that was in the Bay Area, and I studied there briefly. And through that process, I really learned that that was not the school for me. And the two main reasons was the school lacked discipline, and the other reason was there was not a lot of camaraderie among the students. So as you came in to study, you really couldn't rely on other students to learn the new material. And as anything that you're learning or starting from scratch, there's a lot to absorb. And Kenpo there is a lot to absorb, and if you don't have other students to rely on, it makes that task, that chore, a lot more difficult. So from there, I left that school and I began again my search to look for another school. And that's where me and another fellow student came across Flaherty's Kenpo Karate. And when I went in to watch the first class that I actually watched was a test. And during the testing process, I really saw the two things that I was looking for and that lacked in the other school that I was studying at. The first was the camaraderie among the students. After the test, everyone was there to congratulate themselves and say, we're going to continue working, see you at the next class. And the other was the discipline that was involved in the test itself. The prior school that I studied at, people would come in not wearing their uniforms. People would come in and not show the respect to the instructors or to higher ranked students. And really through the testing that I saw at Flaherty's Kenpo Karate was really the respect for the fellow students, the respect for the teachers, the camaraderie that still existed, and then really the last thing was everyone did their techniques and their basics, and you could really see that they were very well rooted in the foundations of martial arts, and specifically in Kenpo. I recommend Flaherty's Kenpo Karate to any student, whether they're advanced or beginner. In fact, we have a couple of students who've joined us from other arts who actually hold high belts in those other arts and feel that they've really rounded out their overall martial arts study by joining us. The four reasons that I would recommend Flaherty's Kenpo Karate is first, the quality of the instruction. In my search through and looking at other schools in the Bay Area, I've found that one of the biggest weaknesses that other schools have is the quality of instruction. At Flaherty's Kenpo Karate, you have a lot of one-on-one time with instructors. You're given a lot of time with higher ranked students, and really you have the time and the opportunity to practice as much as you want at the dojo itself. The second reason is the camaraderie that exists at the school itself. You can rely on other students, both of your rank and higher rank, to help you in your own progression of the art. The third reason is really you get a history of the art itself. So many schools that exist in the Bay Area and probably outside of the Bay Area really lack the history of why we do certain things. And that really leads me into the last point, and I probably think this is the most important point of why I would recommend Flaherty's Kenpo Karate, and that's that we spend a lot of time answering the why. We just don't say repeat the motion and do it and that's the way it's supposed to be. We say why we do it. We explore the reasons behind it. We explore alternatives to doing that. And really you learn not only how to defend yourself, you also learn the other side of the technique. So, you know, to summarize, those 4 reasons are the most important, but as I look at those 4, the why is clearly the reason that I chose Flaherty's Kenpo Karate and the reason that I would recommend it to any other student.